Hi, hello, and welcome to Vertex of Abundance. My name is Serene Priestess Gorgeous. I'll be your oracle today, also known as Ablossi Baba. I'm here to brief you on the full moon cycle, the full moon in Leo. Okay, I was sent by the temple to deliberate my findings for the Lunar Lounge, full moon edition. Okay, the full moon is in Leo at 20 degrees, and that is on the 9th of February. For some parts of the world, it'll be the 8th, specifically like the West Coast. It'll be at 2300 hours, 33 minutes, so like right before midnight. So if you're like west of the West Coast, like, I don't know, Hawaii, Guam, South Americas, Middle America, Canada, especially like west, like British Columbia, it'll be the 8th, okay? But for most of the world, it's gonna be on the 9th of February. For instance, Greenwich Mean Time, it'll be at 7:33. It'll be 2:33 on the 9th. On the East Coast, Eastern Standard Time. And a full moon in Leo. Leo is the love we give ourselves and others. Leo is very much the I consciousness, knowledge of the self, development of the self, self-will. It's the love you give yourself and others. So there'll be some kind of culmination, completion, to some type of growth in terms of knowledge of the self, also development of the intellect, but it's what you weigh against your own data bank. You know, it naturally rules the 5th house, so your ability to travel, your ability to reach, your ability to aspect, because the sun's rays, they reach far and wide. A lot of times, other planets like Mercury, Venus, the moon, it'll grasp other bodies through the sun's solar rays. So the love you give yourself and others, the reach you have with yourself and others, the generative energy, what you give in terms of love, in terms of drives, passions, desires, motivations, ambitions to yourself and others. Your creations, projects, business plans, entrepreneurial ventures, children, the fruits of your being, things that start out as a seed and as an idea in the mind, the negotiation, navigation, trading, bartering is the 3rd from the 3rd house, Leo. So it's the seeds planted from the mind, the seeds planted from the ideas, 3rd house, Gemini. Okay, so that some type of culmination, completion there. So for Aquarius and Aquarius rising, that'll be partner energy for you. So that'll be very particular. Again, it'll also be particular for Scorpios, for Taurus. For Scorpio, this will talk to you a lot about your career, about how you're judged, about your place and positioning in society, about your social mobility, maybe relationships with your bosses or your business itself. For an Aquarius, for a Taurus, this will talk a lot about your home life, things going on in respect to your heart chakra, in respect to your incarnation right now in this world. We pulled strength. So I'm going to go ahead and read the sermon. That's the I'm going to impose my guidance for this cycle here. And I'm imposing the guidance of strength, courage, and wisdom. If anything that's said resonates deeply with you, go ahead and check the links in the show notes, the resources there. There's also an extended report. Click through for that. I'm not going to go click over to my personal channel, just in the show notes, go ahead and click through. If you can't click through, go get on the computer or your phone, or email me, or call@priestessgorgeous.org if you have any questions. I can attach the extended report, and next month I'll give you a website to navigate to. But for this month, if you'd like the extended report, click the link in the show notes. While you're there, check out the promotion that we have going on in preparation for the new semester of the Mission School. The spring and fall equinox is a little bit more fun, light, and less heavy, because the winter and the summer solstice, that's the true initiation time. This is more maintenance, this is more ego medicine instead of like spirit, karma, life path, destiny. But all the same, we do have a special going on. The coupon code is Get Spiritual. And it's for a primal soul assessment, spiritual wellness evaluation, especially for those wanting to place themselves in the Mission School. That is a very good resource. It goes on until the 22nd of February. It'll also include a divine partnership assessment. So the coupon code works for all three of those. Get Spiritual. Okay, so we're on this journey of breaking out, breaking free from some type of stuck. Maybe we're in bondage. Maybe we're looking to break out, break free. Maybe we just have creative projects, creative ventures that are not really able to grow. So it's like we're working hard, we're working towards something, but we're looking back into the past with some type of attachment. And something external needs to come out and break us out, break us free. Usually it's going to be soul wisdom. Now, sometimes we break out, break free because of love. Now, we could just have attraction to a person, a place, or a thing simply so that it's a catalytic event for us. It allows our soul's consciousness to grow, to peek its head up over the hill, to look up at the horizon, if only for a minute, if only for a moment, so that we can attune, align with a higher spiritual energy vibration, okay? But ultimately, it's higher judgment. The source has imposed some type of judgment and given us limitations so that we would have a little bit of friction, a little bit of a conflict, if only internal, so that we would allow ourselves, open ourselves up, whether it was positive or negative, to growth, to change. Somewhat forced is what I'm finding. So again, over the last year, we should have come to some type of culmination, something alive in us, the love that we give ourselves and others, the generative energy that we have for ourselves and others, the drives, desires, passions, motivations, souls, ambitions, highest desires. We should have a clear line of demarcation. Over the last year, something should be learnt, alive in us, breaking free, rushing, pounding at the door to come into the world that was a small seed planted within the last year is now growing, is blossoming. That's this combination here. Now, Leo's gonna fall in different places of your chart. I talked about I'll always do the Wheel of Fortune for every cycle. So the Wheel of Fortune this month is gonna be the 4 fixed signs. So we have the sign energy Leo for this cycle. Opposite is Aquarius. We have Taurus, we have Scorpio. So for Aquarius, it's going to be partner sign energy. For Leo, it's going to be partner sign energy. For Aquarius, yeah, it's the same. Well, for Leo, it's your life path, spirit, karma, destiny. If you're a Leo rising, there's going to be an ending, a graduation in your life path, spirit, karma, destiny. For an Aquarius rising, it's going to be an ending, a combination of graduation in your partnerships, your one-on-one relationships, whether with a best friend, a business partner, or a marriage partner. Now for Taurus, it's going to be very significant to your home life, your private life, and your heart chakra. Something alive in you is going to need to be given birth to, and something that you carry in your heart. You might feel very vulnerable about it. And it's about your self-identity. Now, with a Scorpio, this is going to have to deal with your public standing, your societal standing. It can be your reputation. It can be your work, your career. It can also be something with the boss. So if you have a lot of Scorpio in your chart, there might be some type of culmination at work. And I have a feeling it's somebody that wants to have sex with you. I'm sorry. I'm catching that with a lot of Scorpios right now. Some secret passion is going to start at the work. So if it's not somebody that wants to, have some physical pleasures with you, it might be that you break out of being employed and you go to be self-employed. It might be that somebody that has a secret admiration for you discloses it. It might be that somebody that is guiding you from behind the scenes comes to the forefront and lets you know that they've been a secret benefactor for you, a secret champion for you, making sure that you have opportunities of mobility within the workplace. Things of that nature, I'm seeing them already, okay? So let's go ahead and read the guidance here. We have it from Nadi Anastasia's Cosmic Activation Cards for the Soul. I'm going to be reading from card number 30. And this is on page 81. Okay, so mastering others is strength. Mastering ourselves is true power. This card comes to you to remind you of your own inner strength and courage. Although you may be feeling weary and helpless at this time, do not lose faith and heart. You are a lot stronger than you realize. Moving through this chapter of your life, you will understand the lesson of having to release your inner resistance and fears. By uncovering your true strength, you will have the courage to move forward and through it with clarity, understanding, and compassion. Your prayers for strength have been heard. Release all fears that are blocking spiritual guidance. Breaking down walls will help you see, dear one, all the synchronicities and signs communicated to you. The spirits teach of love and light. Okay, excuse me. The spirit teaches of love and light, the spirit teachers, geez, of love and light, wish only to serve your highest good for all. They offer guidance, love, and reminders of what you already hold within yourself. You hold so much strength and courage, determination, and perseverance. The first step in uncovering and embracing your true strength is to accept your current state, whether it is vulnerability, powerlessness, emotional fragility, or weakness. The second step is surrendering to that universal life force of love. Allow the third step, empowerment, to flow freely into your life. Okay, strength and empowerment will come. Use this chapter to find your deepest source of strength and to renew your faith and be all that you truly are, a spiritual warrior living in conscious freedom. Great Spirit, guide me through this period. Give me insight, courage, and strength that I need to cultivate the source of strength already within me. The associated chakras are the sacral and solar plexus. I always forget to read the sermon first thing, so my intuition gets going and I lose track of things easily that way. One thing with the Leo energy is it is guided by its own light. So the thing that I'm noticing right now is a lot of people have something that they're trying to give birth to, creative projects, ambitions, things alive in them that want to come into the world. And I'm noticing right now that we've been dealing a lot with blockages to our own inner birthings. Something alive in us that wants to come out to the world. It's almost like we're getting pushback. And I'm feeling that lift. So I'm really excited to see what is going to come with this cycle, because I myself have projects I want to bring to light. Everything's been getting in the way, and I'm not a person for obstacles. I don't tolerate those very easily. And I've been having to surrender to so many things, and it's painful. And I'm noticing that there's a lot of having to show up and be accountable to things, and I'm feeling vulnerable because I'm messy. And it's exhausting because, you know, people like to bond, and I don't like people around my emotions. I really like to process alone. I like to just reflect in silence, and letting people in is exhausting. It's not that I'm incapable, it's not that I'm bad at it, it's just that it's more costly than sharing ideas. And an equally beneficial, nourishing exchange of ideas and ideals is much more, you know, invigorating than opening up to emotional weariness and emotional fatigue and blocks. And I don't bond very easily over people consoling me. If I'm in emotional distress and you try to comfort me, it actually is detrimental to our relationship. It's not helpful. And everybody's not me, I realize, but I'm noticing a lot in these moments, because I'm noticing where my growth edge is, and I'm also in a moment where I'm having my own lesson. The last 3 clients, the last 4 spiritual children, the last 5 weeks, they always kind of, you know, when your life flashes before you in a blink of an eye, or like when you have a blinding flash of the obvious. So these are the themes over the last couple of weeks, okay? And it's true, when you have to show up and you have to be messy and you have to be vulnerable, there is some type of surrender and release. And oftentimes the hidden, the unknown, it becomes known. For me, I'm having trouble with like scheduling. Like time is no longer something that I, even as a Saturnian priest, like a Saturn priestess, I'm noticing that time is not out of my hands, it's different. And I've been refusing to realize that time itself has evolved. So, you know, I get stuck on little things like, oh, I should be able to keep schedule. I should be able to keep commitments. I should be able to whatever. And it's like, no, there's so much more freedom in the waking up and preparing and holding space and making room for the unexpected. You know, and holding on is something too. A lot of people hold on to what they think is going to happen, how they think things are going to happen, what they want to happen. And sometimes if you just make room for what you want to receive, when you receive it, it'll be greater than what you thought it looked like, or what you thought it was going to be when you did receive it. For instance, you know, I often say, if you spend all your time chasing after what you think you want, you leave no room, no space, no time for what is right for you to catch up to you. That's been a big lesson this last couple of weeks. Just open up and hold space for the higher vibration to come through. That's really it. Because strength, courage, and wisdom, it's built on self-worth and value. So if you don't have strength, courage, I mean, if you don't have self-worth and value, you have no strength, courage, and wisdom. What is strength, courage, and wisdom? Strength, courage, and wisdom is the ability to accept the reality, to allow the highest vibrational outcome to move through, to allow things to come through you and not from you. What is you? Well, you is the self-worth and value. Self-worth and value is something for you and yourself. When you exchange your self-worth and value with others, that's strength, courage, and wisdom. Because sometimes you show up and you're your authentic self and it's not reflected back in the environment. The people, the places, the things are in alignment with your self-worth and value. Your self-worth and value isn't seen, it isn't heard, it isn't reflected back to you. And you have to have the strength, courage, and wisdom to get up from that table when love's no longer being served and go somewhere else. Sometimes you're called to share, communicate, negotiate, navigate what your needs are. And sometimes when you speak up for yourself, you get pushback. So strength, courage, and wisdom is the ability to take who you are, your self-worth and value, and hold on to that and have that be your guiding light. When the environment, when the people, when the places, the things are not quite clear. Now, faith, hope, and optimism is when your strength, courage, and wisdom navigates you to the highest vibrational outcome. Sometimes you have something in mind and you need to release a little bit, not what you want, not what you have in mind, but how it comes to you, how you receive it. Sometimes your blessing is a lot bigger when you receive it than you initially planned. Sometimes when you receive that gift, it's in a different package than you originally were looking for. Sometimes you're looking for a small box and it comes in a mighty big package. Okay, so it's been a pleasure and an honor to serve you. Thank you for allowing me the privilege and the pleasure to do so. We here at the temple know you have other viewing options, so thank you for making us one of yours. Until we meet again, until we read again, namaste, dandavat, and ashe. Take good care. Bye.